Hey guys, Open Bill Repeat here, and we're doing a random pop-up stream. Gonna talk about Lego, mainly about Lego YouTube at the beginning, and then we're gonna talk about if you sell or buy used Lego, or what do you do with your Lego when you're done with it? Do you store it? Do you hoard it? But we actually have a special guest today that's gonna talk it out with me, and I'm not sure if you guys know him. His name is Brick Adjuster. He actually started He started on YouTube in 2014, so I consider him one of the OGs. He has over 3,300 videos on YouTube, which is insane. And he actually uploads every single day and has been doing it for the last, I think ever since I known him. So without further ado, let's bring on Brick Adjuster.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good. Oh, the music's on.
Doing all right? Yeah, I turned it down but just so we could hear you.
Yes.
But so we were talking about Lego YouTube, and I wanted to stream today, and I was going through like old streams, and then I started going through everybody else's channel and like looking to see how long people's been doing it, because I'm not sure if you knew, but Beyond the Brick hit a milestone. I think it was last week or the week before that, 1 million subscribers.
Oh wow! Congrats.
So. Yeah, pretty cool. So then he said he was going over his stats, and then he said that they had 3,100 videos. And I'm like, wait a minute, I think I know someone who has more than that. And so then I went on your channel. And so you have a whopping 3,300 videos. And that's I'm rounding down. so I thought this would be a great time to talk about Lego on YouTube and you, to see how you do it. So
that was with my break too. We were on a break.
And I actually want to talk about that too in your break. It's amazing what you've done with YouTube, and if you're still having fun. Apparently you are, because you're still doing it. But before we go into that, I want to say hello to Brick Clicker. How's it going, Brick Clicker?
Brick Clicker.
Nice to see you. And I am Phoenix. I think I know who you are. So what's up? But so first things first, Brick Adjuster. What does your name mean?
Oh, for those that don't know, because I'm sure you know already.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So the brick is the Lego brick, which most people have brick in front of their name. And as a chiropractor, as my profession, we adjust the spine. So that's where the Brick Adjuster is. Not like
adjusting bricks when you're building.
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought when I first met you, and then I started looking at your sig fig, and then you had this.
Yeah, it's like a.
Thing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like wearing scrubs.
Yeah. So you started this back in 2014. Do you remember your first video and what you posted?
I think my first video was a haul where I was at the clinic, and I had my iPhone 3 or whatever it was, iPhone 2 or iPhone 3, just propped up on the desk, and it's very grainy and fumbly. Well, I'm sure everyone's first video is kind of like that. And I even had I had some shout outs in that video too, of other YouTube channels that I usually watch that gave me the inspiration to try this for the first time, kind of thing.
So your first year when you did YouTube, did you do like what you're doing now, which is posting every single day?
I started posting 2 times a day, right off the bat.
Wow.
Because I
know it's you.
Every single day I would have a Q&A type video, and then in the morning, and then in the afternoon would be just another random video, whether it be a haul video or a review video or presenting a mock. Wow. Or something, or a video of me shopping or something like that. But the daily video would be a Q&A video where people in the comments would always ask me questions, and then I would just answer them every single day in a video. And so that would give me a lot of material, because it would just be questions in the comment section, and then I would just keep that up. And then it would just be me scheduling videos. And so it wasn't hard to do a video every day or even 2 videos every day, because I would be excited and in a day whip out a whole bunch of videos, and then the next day whip out a whole bunch of videos where they would just accumulate and accumulate, and then they would just be going out. So it
And that's
wasn't.
what's happening now, right? Because I remember you saying that
Yeah,
you
it's.
have like a backlog, and then you have one slot that's for new sets that come out, right?
I have a backlog right now. Like I even since I got back from my trip, I probably uploaded just a couple of videos, and those were just the new sets, because I have videos scheduled for 2024. It's only 2022 right now. I have some videos that are scheduled for 2024,
Oh my
and
goodness,
it's just
2 years.
because I don't want to. I could like just shoot all the video like 10 videos in one day, but nobody's gonna watch 10 videos in one day, and so
No, no, I'm not, dude.
I spread it
How do you
out.
your video every single day? It's a lot of content.
Spread it out.
I watch, they
I don't
pop
want
up on my
to bombard
feed, and I
everyone.
click on them.
I don't want to
It's
bombard
great.
everyone's and put out maybe like instead put out a video every 2 days or a video every 3 days. But I'm like, okay, I'll just put it every yeah.
Oh man, I think like Trey's making a point here. I do think you were probably ready for the YouTube apocalypse, like right? Like, and you're probably the only one that has move or videos like prepared for the next 2 years. That's pretty crazy, man. So
And their brick clicker
now,
says the what series. That was the Q&A
yeah,
series where I was dressed up like a
yeah,
chicken and I would cluck what. Kind of like from South Park, if you remember the
that's
series
so
South Park.
funny.
One of the moms would cluck what. Just something to
Oh,
have fun with
so what's
back in the
pretty
day.
crazy too is not only your schedule that's prepared for the next 2 years, but you. So to be monetized on YouTube, you have to continuously, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. For people who don't know, you have to have 4,000 watch hours, and you have to continuously post up videos. I mean, it doesn't have to be every day like you or every week like some. It has to be within a certain amount of range. So you were monetized at the beginning, and then you lost it because you were playing Pokemon Go because you took a break, correct?
Yeah,
And
like 2
then
years.
you came back recently, and then you got monetized again for the second time, which is amazing. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised because you post a video every single day, but wow, that's
Well, the
still.
big
I mean, I'm not
hurdle
even.
was the hours. I needed to get the
Yeah.
hours in, but then I started doing the live streams every day, and then that just got the hours up. And then I stopped doing the live. Once I got the hours up, I just stopped doing the. 'Cause it's hard. It's hard to do those like 3 hour live streams every single day or 4 hour, because you're constantly talking and then your voice kind of goes. And
Yeah, you were
so
on for like 3 hours a day. I remember like
but
I started coming on them for a little bit, just got nothing to do during the day. So, well, I
but
should have been working.
that will get your hours up really quick, just doing those live
Oh man.
streams.
And yeah, Pokemon Go. And he's still not done with Pokemon Go. So you found a way to juggle both hobbies, just not as
I'm just
hard,
not.
right?
I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not playing Pokemon Go from like 3 a.m. to 7 p.m. anymore. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not as hardcore. People are like, "Where did
So
this guy? Where'd he go?"
another thing that I wanted to see is there's a what the gear you use to do your videos. So, hey Eileen, it's funny because like you're doing this all from your phone. You're editing, you're recording, you're doing it all from your phone, right? So you're not
Yeah,
using, mirrorless camera. You're not carrying that tuber camera around with you, or you're not setting up um, that many lights, right? So you're just doing it all from your phone ever since you
yeah.
started, right? Your
Ever since I
3,300
started,
videos from your phone,
but
and you're
then
editing
I
like
guess
this.
the quality of the videos, like the camera quality, has gotten better with every upgrade in phone. Because right now I'm at
Right.
like the iPhone 13. The quality is way better than the iPhone 3. I think I went from 3 to 5 to 7 to 8 to 10 to 11 to 13. Right, actually 12 to 13. So each upgrade, the camera got better without having, I guess, to use a camera. Actually, I did at
Do
one
you
point
think?
have an actual camera that I
Oh, you
used
did? Okay, that's what I was going to
instead of
ask.
my
I was like,
phone. It was
What happened with that? Was it just too troublesome with like using your phone and transferring? Oh, okay.
it was it was this phone. It was this camera right here.
Oh, okay. Show me the phone.
It's a Canon.
So why aren't you using that? Is it too much hassle to move over the file and do all that stuff?
Well, I think when I came back, just before I left, I was using this, and then when I came back, I
Right.
got a better. My phone was actually better than this quality. But yeah, like back then, I had to transfer the file to the computer, and then the computer back to my phone, and so that whole process took a long time. Even like the uploading speed is so much faster since I came back in 2020 from when I
Right.
left in 2017. It was like it's like one of those like, oh, back in my day when I had to walk 10,000
Yeah.
miles to school. It was like the uploading a video was basically the whole night. Like I had to
Yeah.
wait. I had to press upload, and then by the next morning it would upload. But now it's like it uploads instantly from your phone straight to YouTube in like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's a lot
Internet speeds
faster
are crazy now.
to make videos now. Shy time.
What's up, Shy? But yeah, uploading speeds are a lot faster. So, but I don't know, man. I edit from my iPad, but it's a bigger screen, so it's just 12 point
Yeah, but
whatever
you
inches,
have you
and
have
it.
huge hands. I have like
I just don't. I don't
the small
see.
fingers. I'm basically doing this all the time.
Oh man, I can't believe you do that. So, one thing, is there anything that you would done differently when starting YouTube, or do you think everything
Um,
was kind of what you expected?
yeah, like when I started in 2014, I was just basically doing what everyone kind of did. So when I would see like a shopping video, so I would
Yeah,
do something like that. There was a guy Brickstackers who would always do, it was like hunting in the wild. So he would go like to different Walmarts or Targets and film the store. And always thought that was cool, like seeing what the sets are. It's kind of like how you do your
yeah,
shopping, going at this Disney Springs. And so I just modeled the videos after that, and then the haul videos. A lot of people were doing haul videos. A lot of people were doing room tours. A lot of people were doing um, whatever, any like showing off mocks. So whatever kind of video I saw, I was like, oh, I can do those kind of too. And that's
okay,
why I had a lot of different videos on the channel when I first started, because I was just doing what everyone was doing.
whatever.
Whatever I was watching, I was like, I can do that kind of video too. And so I was just doing that too,
Is
basically.
there anything different you'll do? Because I mean, it's hard to change now since you're 2 videos or 2 years backlogged in.
Oh,
Is
you
there
mean
anything
like
you would? Yeah,
make like
would you
like a
want?
Mr. Beast type of video, and or like, well, lots of people back then were doing like drop test videos, and I didn't really want to break my
Right.
sets. Like a lot of the teenagers were like dropping their Millennium Falcon and then slow it down and it would shatter, and I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do
Not for you.
drop tests. I never wanted. Everyone was also doing like city tour videos, but I never had a city. So, but that was a big thing where people would do like stories and a different story in their city and different things like that. That was big also back then,
I
2014,
mean,
2015.
you do have. I don't even call it a city. I'd probably call it a country behind you, and around you.
Yeah, but there's no like
So,
story or anything. There's no story set up. They're
what are you
just
talking
like,
about? You have like 100 banana people that you could probably create some kind of story with.
no, I mean like it's not currently in a story setup. It's
Okay.
just on display for me to look at.
Well,
So
what's the most favorite thing about YouTube that you did that you've
um like the favorite type of video or favorite process
or just something about YouTube and starting Lego YouTube that oh, this is cool. Like for example, I mean, one thing I liked about Lego YouTube, there's a couple things. One is just learning how to get into videography editing, I enjoy that part. So is there something about Lego YouTube that you like? I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be the editing part. It could
I
be
just
buying more stuff.
just in general, I just like making videos. Even when I was in high school, I would always make videos. Whenever we do a presentation, it would always be a video in there. So I just like the filming process and then the editing process. It's a lot easier now to edit than it was in high school. We had to actually go to the school library and download the footage onto their computer, and it was like all this like cut and paste stuff going on.
Yeah.
Where now it's just like all on the so much quicker on the phone. Back in the 90s.
I think one big thing about Lego YouTube that I really like, I mean, we all talk about this, but the community, like for example, me and you met in person, which is pretty cool. Met Shy in person, which I think was pretty cool too as well. And a whole bunch of other Emmasaurus and her husband, and Josh built stuff, and M&R met in line at Disney Springs, and with Pro Lego, he was there too as well. But I mean, I think that was pretty. I mean, but you met a lot of people through conventions because you went through.
Yeah, it was like the Philly Brick Fest era where a lot of us YouTubers all met in Philadelphia. I think for the first time for me, it was like in 2015. I met a bunch of them, and then even more came in 2016, and then even more came in 2017. And then after that, I think a lot of them met up, but I stopped. I didn't go anymore because I was already playing Pokemon Go in 2018, 2019. But yeah, that was cool. Harold, I got to meet Harold, and then Brixar was there, and then all these other YouTubers there too, like Bricks for Chris. I don't know if you know Bricks for Chris.
No,
but I guess the old 2015, 2016, 2017 like YouTube crowd that was, I don't even know if a lot of them are even uploading anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, I met a lot of some of the OG people through you, like Harold and the guys that you just mentioned through your streams. They would pop up. The guy who travels around lives in a tiny home.
Port City Bricks.
Yeah. So, and I actually went to their channels and saw some of their mocks. I mean, pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. Like he was really into the city stuff, wasn't he? Like buildings and mocks.
Yeah, building their own. Yeah, they built this huge Wreck-It Ralph building that they brought one year that was towering. So yeah, like but I don't know, that conventions I think is, I guess, separate from YouTube. But then we did meet a lot of YouTubers at the convention.
So, right. Do you see any difference between Lego YouTube when you first started and then when you came back? Other than different faces, of course.
It's just different faces. Like it's kind of like the same. I guess in terms of like the audience, all the teenagers that were on my channel aren't there anymore.
Aren't teenagers. They're driving and have jobs.
Like and all the dislikes I would get aren't there anymore. I always have at least like 10 haters every video. 10 haters every video would, like the moment the video would go live, 10 dislikes already would be on there.
That's funny.
I don't know what I did to make people angry, but I must have.
I mean, you don't have to do much.
I must have insulted like a bunch of T-falls back in the day, but they're not around anymore, or they already grew up. So there's not a lot of the hate on my channel as it was before.
Well, I hear that's how you know you made it, when people make an effort to dislike something. Like every single one.
They forgot about me.
Well, they're probably grown up, have a job, and have a car, and maybe have a kid. So, but do you think the content has changed, or is it about the same? It's just different people, like people going shopping, doing reviews. Do you see any kind of difference in the style of videos?
I was at Shy's here. I was actually listening to one of his podcasts, and they were talking about a few new YouTubers that have popped up, and who are doing it like the Mr. Beast style. I can't remember the names though, but I checked out their channels, and it's very like high paced and like with words going zoom zoom. Kind of also like how BFAB has like the words kind of popping up every time he speaks. So that's like like a new kind of thing that wasn't around back in 2014, 2015. TD Bricks, and there was another one that you mentioned, Shy. It was TD Bricks and it was Sacred Bricks. There you go, Sacred Bricks. Have you checked out those two channels? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. I mean, I think the only person that I've seen that kind of relates, some of her videos relate to like Mr. Beast is Lego Danny Bob. So,
Okay.
when she was like smashing, using the Thor hammer to smash a watermelon or try to smash a watermelon. So that's the closest I've seen. But
Generic Stud is one too. But he's the one
Generic
with
Stud, I like
the thumbnails.
Yeah, he does it a lot with the fonts and everything like that. So I don't, but when I think of Mr. Beast, and maybe I'm thinking something different, but I'm thinking like, wow, fast pace, like you're surprising you and doing all that stuff. And
I think
when
their editing. Sorry, I was just like
yeah,
the TD Bricks and Sacred Bricks. Their editing is similar to Mr. Beast, where it's high paced and a lot of cuts.
okay. So, so you're saying the editing style is different that you seen from when you started?
Yeah, because when I started, it was a lot of people just not even editing like
doing it from their phone.
Not even editing how I edit. It's just like they might just have the camera in front of their face, similar to how bricks are, just as like a video, or they'll point it and then they'll show. Or if it's like really like shaky cam, it'll be like someone showing their mock, but it's like kind of like this back in the day, and that was normal. You just see that.
Well,
so
I mean, there's a Lego YouTube. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm new to the game and new to Lego and everything like that. So I don't, and I try to watch some of the old videos that you created, or I even went back on Shai's channel. All the people that I know and watch and subscribe to, I actually went back to some of their videos to kind of see how different things were. I mean, and I think you're right. Everything's very similar. I mean, everybody changed their style a little bit differently. Some people show their face a little bit more now. And I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess nothing really. Just everybody just has a different style of showing things, right?
Yeah, I didn't show my face for like the first 2 or 3 years I was on YouTube.
Oh wow!
It was just my minifigure was my face. So people were like, face reveal. I think my first face reveal was 2016. It might have been in 2016, and it was like on a live stream, and that was the first time. There was this thing back in the day. It was the Saturday night train wreck live stream. Every Saturday night from like 8 p.m. till whenever, however, then the host would be a rotating host. It would be a different host every single week. I think I hosted twice in my whole time there. And so
I think Cali Brick Click started like that too. They like had a different host, and then all of a sudden they just made a channel for them.
But like the host would be in charge of what the top, like everything, like the whole, like it was like a rotating host of maybe like 20, 30 different, it was like different hosts. And it was basically people in the chat, and then they would be the host. Kind of like, I guess, you know how they do like 72-hour streams? They have different hosts, but this would be like every week would be a different person. So that was the thing.
Yeah, and I agree with Timbo's likes here. I think I watch more channels if I see their face.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't.
You didn't show your face for a while.
Yeah, I didn't. And it was funny. It was very generic when I showed my face. I was like this. That's my intro, and then I showed my face. but it was very nervous, and I think I talked about this with some other YouTubers, but it's weird because my profession, I'm in front of people all the time, but in front of the camera, when I watch my old videos, I'm very robotic and not comfortable, and I think it's just talking to this lens just made it. It was weird. So it wasn't the same as talking to a person, because when you're talking to people, I'm looking for reactions. Now I could talk to the screen over here and look at you, and it'd be the same, but you can see where my face is looking. I'm not like looking at you, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, my camera's right in front, right on top of you, so it kind of looks like I'm looking at you. Kind of.
So
eyes go up like this.
we have. I didn't even put the banner up. See, this is what to Lego YouTube or not to Lego YouTube. So, and we're ending the segment a little bit here, but I mean, do you think a big thing that a lot of people said at the beginning when I started is that this is a super saturated like niche, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Do you think it is?
A lot of people have left though, but then a lot of people have come
Came in,
in.
yeah.
A lot of T-Falls who are doing videos aren't around anymore, but I don't know if more T-Falls are coming in.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah,
So,
it's always.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot more sets coming out, which I'm sure is going to bring a lot more fans come in. But yeah, I'm sure they're going to be. Everybody's thinking about maybe starting the YouTube or doing Instagram. I mean, but again, do you think it's
But I think
been there, done that, or
there's more non-Lego YouTubers than Lego YouTubers. Like there's more people that haven't like don't like not it's not like everyone who collects Lego has a YouTube channel, you know?
right? Okay,
Like if you go to a
cool.
convention or even if you go to
Yeah,
like at my lug, when I was in the lug, there wasn't anyone who was doing a YouTube channel of all those people. Actually, maybe there was like one guy who was doing one, but he hardly puts up any. Like they were mostly on Flickr, like a lot. I don't even know. Maybe there might be more Lego
it's Flickr. Oh, I
Flickr.
remember Flickr. Man, that's old.
I don't know. What do you think people use
Like,
now?
I
They
remember
use Instagram.
MySpace. What are you talking? Yes. It's
No, I
like
think they
Flickr. I was
still.
like, man, that
I think they. I
yeah,
made a
it's still
Flickr
there, but
account, but
it's.
I didn't
I
really
mean,
post on it.
I'm glad you're one of the 5
Instagram
people who signed up for it.
Instagram was new when I first started. Instagram was new in
Yeah.
2014. Everyone was doing Flickr back then. Well,
Well,
not
the
every
reason why
like
I
the mockers. The mockers did Flickr.
the Flickr, yeah, with the
Yeah, even
pictures.
I think even
No,
our lug, the way we had to communicate was through Flickr. So I had to actually download Flickr in order to communicate with my
just so you
lug.
could, yeah, I
Yeah.
think I posted one picture when I went to Austin, Texas on Flickr, and that was it. And I just shared it with the people I was out with, and that was the only time I used it. But I think when people said that, then I started going to other people's streams, like people that are not within the little mini, I don't want to say mini circle, but people I knew and regularly watch. And there's a lot of other people on other people's Lego YouTube stream that I don't even recognize when they're chatting. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. I've never heard of them before. So that's why when people say that it's super, I don't know. I don't really buy that. So, I mean, and I'm in the process of niching down. Because every year I try to reevaluate my Lego YouTube channel and try to see what I could do different for the next year. Right. So this year, what I think I'm going to try to do is niche down a little bit. So I kind of looked at my analytics, reviewed what I've done, and what videos have done really well. And believe it or not, some of the Technic videos are still doing well and still going on. And I feel like it's not. It definitely isn't the people I hang out with because they don't really like Technic. so
I don't mind
so
Technic.
it's yeah. Oh, you have them. Yeah, you're one of the few, but all the other
I don't
people
think
like that
Harold
that
does
I know,
Technic.
majority of people don't. Yeah, deal with Technic. So I'm like, all right, well, let me try to this year try to focus on a lot of Technic sets. So, which that's what I'm going to try to do this
Hence
year.
the
So,
helicopter.
hence the helicopter, which I've still yet to build. So, but on the ground over here. So, but yeah, so that's what I've been trying to do, reevaluate and kind of get better and find a direction because I feel like my first 100 videos, which I hit recently, yay, um, was just me just trying to learn everything, learn
That was
YouTube,
like
learn the
2 months
camera.
in.
So yeah, I think you're a month in doing 2 videos a day. Sheesh. Oh. But real question, what are your opinions about Lego price hikes? Let's answer that real quick before we get on to the next segment. What do you think? This has been
Is it
on.
like it's gonna like they've been hiking the collectible minifigures every few years, and you just get used to it. So you're just gonna get used to whatever the new price is, and like we're still gonna buy the set no matter what. So
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and that's how I feel about price hikes. I mean, dude,
It's like with
everything
everything.
increase.
You get used to gas.
Yeah.
You get used to the new gas price. People will complain,
I
but
mean,
then you'll still buy the new set that's coming out.
yeah.
And
And
Lego
then,
knows that.
without getting into too much, if minimum wage increases, everything else is going to increase. It's just how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
So, I mean, just how it works. I mean, don't think like everybody's minimum wage increases and all of a sudden you become super rich. It's just everything else increases. I don't know. But I agree with you. I mean, people are still going to buy it. I don't think it's going to really matter. I mean, it does for the people, like a common thing is like, well, how are these kids going to get into it? Again, minimum wage increased, so they're still going to be able to buy. Some kids are
Well,
making $15 an hour as a first job.
the parents are gonna buy it for them.
Blow my mind. Yeah, parents are, again, minimum wage 15. I think it's 13 or 15 bucks. You could work here at McDonald's. So, couple hours, you could get a pretty decent set. So, I don't know. But Trey, this is Technic. Technic is like a little bit more complex. How would you describe Technic compared to a regular Lego set?
You don't use the common brick. You use like a lot of pins to attach brick together. That's basically it. You use pins to attach brick instead of the studs.
It does require a lot more paying attention. And it does have a lot more moving parts, just like Aline said. And
if you make a mistake, you gotta start all over.
A lot more mechanical. I mean, you do have to start over, which I learned the hard way. So, but it's a little bit more. I don't want to say it's grown up because there's a lot of other Lego sets that are like that. But it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit more complex. I mean, I'm definitely paying attention more when I'm building. So
I didn't love it at the beginning. I always thought it had like a skeleton look to it that I wasn't loving. But then
I didn't like it either. Yes, that's what's got me into it. So, and then when I got into supercars, I built the Ford Raptor, and then I have the Formula One racer. I think my first Technic was a Jeep, but those actually look pretty good to me. So, and then then the helicopter looked pretty decent. All right, we're going to jump on to this next segment, which I know what your answer is. To sell, if you're not a hoarder, to sell your Lego.
If you're not a hoarder, then you'll be okay with selling. Hoarders never sell. I'm a hoarder.
I mean, but yeah, it's I don't know.
And even if I don't like the set, I break it up and I keep the pieces so I can build stuff, mock stuff, or even like modify sets with all the pieces I have.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I'm a seller's dream.
Yeah. We're gonna go because I have a lot of questions about that. I'm like, as far as your Lego sets, what you're gonna do with them, if you save your boxes, which I know pretty much most of these answers because I've asked them before. But
yeah, I can.
First things first. I do sell my Lego, and I will. I haven't sold. Actually, I have sold some, but it's just because there's so many other hobbies I'm into. I'm into the cameras, which is expensive. I'm into tech, which is expensive. And I like golf, which is expensive. I mean, I'm all into these. And Lego is actually a newer thing that just popped in a couple years for me. And so to justify spending a couple $100 every first of the month, I mean, this is the way I have to do it. And I do this with all my hobbies too. So it's not just Lego. I'm not just keeping all my golf sets every single, I do sell them and then rebuy and everything like that. So the reason why I'm bringing up this question is because now I'm in selling mode because I'm looking around and I'm looking at the sets I want to get, and I need to start selling things. So I'm actually selling not only my action figures, but I'm also selling some of my Lego sets. And it's mainly after I build them. There is one set that I'm selling that I hadn't built, as the Pirates of the Barracuda. So I bought it. That was one of my first big sets I bought. I was going to build it, but it just never, I always pushed it back. And then I looked, I was like, where am I going to put it? And so I never built it. So, I'm selling it. And it's a great time to sell it just because it's end of life, but so I'm going to use that to buy more. So it just supports the hobby. So,
yeah.
I mean, you don't sell anything, right? You actually throw away your boxes. right?
Yeah, I've never kept my boxes.
Why? I still have the boxes to everything I buy. Like even my camera stuff, I have the boxes
But
for.
I'm not gonna sell it. What do I need the box for?
That's
I'm not
true.
I'm not gonna display the box. I'm not gonna
That's
reuse the
true.
box to store anything in it.
And you used to
So
keep all the instruction manuals, right? And then you finally threw them away.
yeah, because I figured out you can get the instructions online. Because my thing was like, what happens if it breaks? How am I gonna put it back together? But you can just get the instructions online. You type in, you Google Lego instructions, and then you type in the number of the set, like for example, like this set is 76403. So then you
Right.
type that in, and then the instructions pops up. It's a PDF, and then you can just build it. That's what I had to do when my Hogwarts castles broke, and so I had
Well,
to re-put it together.
I'm also like the $1 million man. I mean, everything has a price, right? So
Oh, you're gonna sell your
even this.
instructions?
No, well, I'm
Sell your
just talking about
boxes?
anything in general. Like my favorite set, I'm sure for those who don't know, is the Voltron set back over here.
Yep.
And I overpaid for that because I bought it after end of life. So I think I paid double for what it came out retail. But even that set was a set that I said I'd keep, but I would sell it still if the price was right. The price has to be really right, enough so I could buy another one if I really wanted
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
But
It would
yeah,
have to be triple.
I'm not attached to stuff. Like I'm not. Everything has. Again, if I really wanted it again, I'd probably buy it again. Again, I would probably that inflated price, but I don't know. It's
Yeah, because
so.
if I'd sold it, I'd probably want to buy it right after, like, and then I'd have to go through the hassle of buying something where I already have it.
But see, you're
Why
a
am I going to
different
sell
kind
it
of
if I want it?
collector. You said at the beginning you're a hoarder, right? So I go for more the experience of building the Lego set, and looking at it. I'll display it for a couple months, but then you know what? After that, I'm okay selling it. So, but you
I'm a
want to.
completist.
Okay.
I'm a
So do you
completist.
plan on handing down your Lego to your children and will it down?
Like, when I die, then they have it. They can sell it if they want, then, or whatever they want to do with it. With all my things,
So for those who don't know, and I think I asked you this question before, how many Lego sets do you have?
I haven't updated my brick set since the last time you asked me, and I had to update my brick set to figure out the number. But I don't even remember what the
Yeah.
number was.
Oh, come
Do
on.
you
Give
remember?
me a round. No, I
I don't
just
even
know it's a
remember.
lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, man.
I don't even
It's a lot.
remember.
I mean, for those who don't know, I gave a little intro at the beginning about Brick Adjuster, but he's also probably one of the biggest collections, has one of the biggest collections I've ever
I
seen.
started in
So, I mean,
2012 and it's 2022 now. And it's just basically buying every big set from 2012 to now, plus all like complete themes that I like.
yeah, but it's not
So
even, you even buy the small ones too, and then you piece
yeah,
them out.
complete themes. Like I'm not gonna buy any Lego City or Minecraft or anything like that, but like all the other
We
ones.
got some bets here. So, she, Eileen
Like
thinks
I
you
can
have
go to
about
bricks.
2,000.
I can go to Brickset now,
Let's
but
do it.
it's
Let's do
not
it. Let's see it.
it's not up to date. Oh
So,
man, I
would
have
you
to log
consider
in.
yourself like? So, you're a collector. I would consider you a collector, and I would consider myself maybe an enthusiast.
Yeah, I
So,
would say
because a collector keeps, right?
because before this, I collected DVDs or what they say
Yeah,
Blu-rays.
yeah. Those are that was a bad idea.
But then I wasn't collecting it to sell it. That's your thing. I'm collecting it because I want to keep the movie forever.
Oh man.
I don't even know what my
But
password
there's this
is
thing
to
called
even
streaming now
log
that you
in.
can watch any movie you want, I'm sure, if
Yeah,
you
but
just pay.
back then there was no streaming.
Oh man. Like this is what I told somebody. I think it was Ninja. He was like talking about CDs during a stream, but DVDs, what are those? Is what Trey said. It's
Oh
like, is
yeah.
that a streaming service? Is that Netflix? So how many you got? I think it's 2,000.
2,225. But that's probably not including 2022.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
we're
not
in month 8 of 2022 right now. So
that's nothing I've bought in 2022. It says here 4,772 minifigures. So it's a lot of minifigures.
Wow. Oh, yeah. So, remember when Netflix was DVDs? Yeah, I remember Redbox. Remember Redbox?
Yeah.
And I remember when Blockbuster was trying to buy Netflix, and Netflix or Redbox or Blockbuster said no.
Yeah, all behind me. For
Bad
those that
move on
don't know, all this this was all DVD shelves behind me before. It was all like from IKEA. You know those thin, I forgot what they're called, but they're on IKEA. They were these thin shelves.
Yeah,
And then you can
yeah,
basically
yeah.
stack DVDs. And so I had like, I don't know, from that wall all the way through here, it was all like shelved DVD. And then all my
Right.
box sets were like box sets of TV shows were on the shelves over here. But it's changed.
Oh man. Oh man.
It was different. Billy boxes. Was it Billy boxes? I think they were Billy boxes. Yeah, I think you're right. They were called Billy.
I think you
Or were
only
they called
you
Benno?
know.
No, they were called Benno. They were called Benno. Benno.
Yeah.
Billy boxes is something
Well,
else.
so do you think you're gonna go through another dark age again, or you think Lego's here to stay for you this time around?
Even when I went on my YouTube dark age, I was still buying sets. I just wasn't making videos, and I wasn't. Yeah, I would build it and I would just put it up, but I wasn't making videos because I was out playing Pokemon. I don't know. I always go through phases of things, but I'm getting like, for example, I'm getting back into running after I had like a long hiatus. It's funny. I was out running with Maria the other day, and we saw a couple of our running friends, and they're like, "Whoa, where did you guys? You guys haven't seen you in a long time."
So, have you ever bought used Lego before?
On Bricklink.
Okay.
To make Spider-Man, that was all used brick, but I've never bought a used set. It was all from stores. I never bought a set at a garage, what are they called? Garage sales, or what is the thing at the convention?
Yards. I don't know. People.
They're not even called.
Flea
They're
market?
not yard sales.
Yeah.
No, like at a convention, they have a name, and that's when people bring their, like when Harold sold all that stuff.
All his stuff
at Brick Fair, Virginia.
Yeah, but he was like the way he was repeating the number. It was pretty much a wash for him. He just kind of held it
because he bought
it for what he bought it for. Like, okay, well, I guess he needs something to do. So
he's not like you who would flip it for a higher price.
I mean,
level 50. I've been in level 50 for like 2 years now. Answering Mama Lego. What level?
Yeah. What level you are. So you also build, not because you also buy bricker builds, right? Yeah. So all their, and so you. Oh my goodness.
This should be my new backdrop right here.
It should be, because that's impressive.
Bricker builds. My new backdrop.
I mean, because it kind of shows you everything you're into, right? It shows Pokemon and Lego, and it's spending a lot of money on Lego.
And then there's
everything you like.
There's another backdrop. Bricker builds.
So, and those are like thousands of pieces, right?
Spider-Man was over 10,000 pieces.
Whew.
That's my biggest set. Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man is? I think that's the one that felt like it broke, right?
Broke.
And needed more support.
So that's why I have those. I don't know if you can see the beams. They're underneath there.
You didn't get the Titanic, did you?
Can you see it? Oh, over Mario's left shoulder.
It's overshadowed by the huge Marios. the biggest set that Lego has is overshadowed by the bricker build.
No, but if you see it sideways, it's big.
Okay.
If you're sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I mean, again, with me, I have to sell. Like it's again, everything has a price
But
to me. I'm
you like selling. You like the whole
yeah, I don't mind.
flipping things.
Well, I don't mind buying something, getting what I want out of it, whether it be the building experience or whether it be using a lens for what I needed it for, or using a gimbal when at the time I needed it, or whatever. But as long as I got my money's worth to it's in my head, then I'm okay with it. So, like for example, most of these open box sets I'm selling that are not end of life, and I'm reselling, like say like eBay. I mean, I'm getting like 20% less or 30% less than what it's retailing for. And I'm okay with that because that's what I got out of it, the
Yeah.
30 bucks or 40 bucks that I, built it. Because if you think about it, how long does it take you to build a set? Well, you're super
Pretty
fast,
quick.
but yes. So a 2,000 piece set will probably take me a couple days, if I spread it out. And a movie will cost me what, 20 bucks nowadays, and maybe 30 bucks if you want some food, and that's 2 hours. I mean, if you think about it that way, like that's how I think about it. Like I spent hours putting this thing together, and me selling it and getting majority back, and and I only lost like 20 bucks. It's not bad for a couple hours of entertainment and setting it on my shelf for a couple months. So, and that, again, that goes with everything I have. I mean, workout equipment, toys, you name it. I mean, I get what I get out of it, and then I sell it. So, and I keep boxes too. So that's hard to do, keeping boxes.
Yeah, can you imagine keeping over 2,000 boxes?
It's like a forest fire. Smokey the Bear would come over there and be like, you could prevent forest fires.
Like we've gotten to the point
So
we bring my boxes to, like, we drive my boxes to the recycling place because I don't want to like have like these mounds of boxes in front of my house for the recycling truck to pick up. So we drive it. So we don't want like.
Are you embarrassed of your Lego boxes?
I don't want people to like, oh, there's like a huge Lego museum in that guy's house.
Yeah, that's what.
Let's go to this guy's house. Man.
So has No More Bricks, or has any Lego YouTubers been to your house and saw your collection?
No.
Oh, really?
Maybe
it's all for yourself.
If anyone visits. No one's ever visited.
Yeah. Okay.
No one that likes Lego has been down here. Mostly like people repairing stuff in our house have come down and be like, whoa, didn't expect that.
Eileen will take all your friend sets if you have any.
I have a couple. Friend sets.
So have you ever gotten a Brickmania set before?
Oh, like Shy? No. Yeah. I haven't really gotten like Bricker Builds would be like the only kind of third party set that I've gotten.
Okay, because Bricker Builds and Brickmania are kind of, they're still using Lego parts. And they're just building themselves. But Brickmania does come with a lot of dollar
Brickmania
signs.
comes with like a packaged box, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've looked at it, and then
Bricker Builds, it's basically a Bricklink seller sends you the pieces. I think they have their own Bricklink seller, depending on where you live. So mine is like a Canadian local Bricklink seller, and then they outsource it to that person to send it to me. And I'm probably somewhere in the US they have a different one. I think that's how it works, because I don't think they send the Canadian Bricklink seller to somewhere like in Florida.
So here's another question: are either of us in LAN or wannabe?
I'm not in LAN. If I would be in LAN, it would just be to get the free sets. Honestly, I don't have to spend so much, because I'm gonna get the sets anyways. Might as well be free, and I'm gonna do a review on it anyways.
Yeah,
but that's the only. So
I'm not in LAN. I haven't applied.
I'll say what I like. I'll say what I like and what I don't like. I haven't applied.
Just like your. Oh, I've applied.
I haven't applied.
So, but I applied way too early, so it was premature. Oh. So they said I need to build my audience and all that stuff. Which
could you apply again? Can you apply now?
Yeah, you can.
Would you
You
play?
can. And I keep the line of communication open. So I guess to answer your question, Jake Grades, yes, I wouldn't mind being in LAN. So I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just, I mean, I see
We're
the different opinions
advertisers.
about it. Yeah.
We're
I mean,
basically
I'm all
a
for it
marketing
just
tool.
because it's, yeah, I'm all for that. I mean, for the people who watch it and like my opinion, and if I could give it to them earlier, cool, you know. So, but other than that, that's what it's for, and why wouldn't mind being part of it. So, so selling Lego, I guess that answers. I mean, I kind of knew the answer with that, but I just wanted to ask that because again, I'm in like a selling spree. I mean, because eBay has this new thing. Well, not really new, but now you could scan a barcode and it could tell you how much it goes for, or you could take a picture of something, and if it's in their database, it'll pull up like going sales for it. So I've been going nuts. I've been going around my house taking pictures of random things and seeing
Okay.
if it's worth anything.
Like
So
you were
because
showing
all
me
I'm
comic
thinking about,
books. You were showing me
yeah. So I
comic
found
books,
old
right?
comic. Yeah, so I found really old comic books. If I get them graded, they're up there. So I had these since I was a kid, and just to let everybody know, that was almost 25 years ago, maybe longer, when I bought these
So you have
comics.
like
So, and I
you have a big comic collection too?
not a huge comic collection, but I mean, it's like two big boxes. I got back into it maybe about 3 years, and I just grabbed every number one that was on the shelf, and I kept on doing that for a couple months, or anything
Okay.
that looked really cool. Like I have the new Ironheart comic,
So they're
which I'm
not
not
from
sure if
when you
you.
were a kid. They're like
No, some of them are. Some of them
newer.
are.
Oh, some
Most
of
of
them
them
are.
are.
Okay.
Yeah, majority of them are, and then some of them were from a couple years ago. Majority of them I bought like when my dad took me to the comic store, and there was you know, 5 for $10, I think was the sale. Like, and I was looking through comic books and just finding whichever one I wanted and brought them to the counter. And it's surprisingly, the two that were really worth a lot of money were from that. It was me being a
Oh,
kid, and then
but it has
I got
your
into.
fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, I read it, and I think I used silly putty in it.
Oh
So,
no.
but you can't see it. You can't see it. I looked through the pages, but it's because I'm not sure if you knew the silly putty like back then would transfer ink, and you could see it on the silly putty. In with my
Oh,
comics, I went like that.
look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So yeah, but I was a kid back then. But I
Whoever
got
buys will be like,
into
surprise. No.
well, I'm not trying to trick no one, but I gone through the page and everything looks fine. But I
Yeah.
was really into Secret Wars, and I'm not sure if you know what Secret Wars is, but they're actually making a movie about it. But I
Okay.
have pretty much the whole first Secret Wars. They made a second Secret
Ah.
Wars series, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I got like all the monumental things that were happening back when I was collecting comics, like when Superman died,
Okay.
Doomsday, and all that stuff. But
Are they in banker
yeah,
boxes?
yeah, they are. They're right behind me. So I don't have many banker, but I used to have a couple. Like now I sold a lot of them because as I was a kid, I actually had yard sales. So
Okay.
I had it's yard
Journal the
sales of
Scots.
comics and cards. So, but and I would sell some comics and cards so I could buy more comics and cards. So it's kind of the same
Yeah.
mindset I have now, right? So
See,
it's
because
always been
even
with
back
me.
then you were a seller, and
Yeah.
back then I was never a seller. I was always a collector. I'd always collect things.
I mean, you
Like
only have so much room though. So what happens? Because Lego's not gonna stop making sets,
it's gonna
right?
go
What happened?
upstairs. Maria doesn't know. It's gonna go upstairs. Kids eventually are gonna move out. There'll be more Lego
So
rooms in kids'
okay,
rooms.
but
IKEA
okay, but
IKEA shelves can
still.
always go up.
So you really think you're not going to run out of room?
No.
Okay.
And then eventually they're gonna move out.
The neighbors.
Eventually they're gonna have to sell their house. But I don't think I'm gonna
Oh
knock
man.
down. I don't think we're allowed to knock down a wall to make a one big basement.
Oh. Yeah,
But
I'm sure if it's a basement, it might be a supporting wall.
yeah,
So.
eventually sets are gonna go up. But I still have lots of little boxes and stuff to put things. I don't think I'm getting the Eiffel Tower though, because I don't have a spot for that though.
What? Architecture's
Yeah,
your thing, right? Because
but it's
that's
too
what
big.
really got you into Lego.
Yeah, but I never got the Taj Mahal, the big Taj Mahal, and I already have a small Eiffel Tower. like the regular, like the Eiffel Tower they came out with before. So it's not
Yeah.
like I don't have an Eiffel Tower for architecture. But yeah, architecture is what brought me into
Yeah,
the hobby.
I think, and this is weird to say, but I think I never had. Well, it's not really weird to say. I never had Lego when I was a kid, and so because my parents, and I think I told you the
Yeah,
story, my
me
parents
too.
didn't want me to lose all the pieces. So, and they didn't want like pieces everywhere. So when I had kids, I got them Lego. So I started building, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And I've always been into building things and watching things keep being made. And so I think
Hmm.
that's why I got really into Lego. Like I actually did models back then. Like when you actually had to paint and
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes you had to use those weird stickers and you had to use tweezers. I think I was 12 at the time and I'm like doing this number like painting. So I was really into all that. I even used like the rubber cement for glue. I don't know if it's rubber cement, but it was really
Yeah, I
strong
remember that
glue that
glue.
no
Yeah,
kid should
yeah.
be around. But I was sniffing that when I was young and just like putting sets together. But
The
and this is
pieces
just
were like
kind of
attached to like a plastic sheet or something, and
yeah,
you had
then
to
you
like
had to like take it off and then use snippers just to
wiggle
get a
it.
clean cut. Yeah. So I was
I
all
had a
into
couple
that
like that.
stuff. So, and I think that, when the kids got here and then I bought them Lego, it was just a safer way without glue to start building things. So, but I think that's how I got into it. And then I'm still trying to figure out what I really, really like. I think I like
Like in
creative
terms of
sets.
theme,
Yeah, in
right?
terms of theme. Everybody asks me like, what's my theme? And I'm like, I mean, I don't think I like, no offense to some people here, but I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. It might be because there's so much of it, or it might be because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not like, I don't know the names
Yeah,
of
Star
everybody's
Wars isn't
son's
what brought me
daughter.
in. Star Wars isn't what brought
Yeah.
me in because I would go to the Lego store, and every single Star Wars set looked the same to me at first, like ship, 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 ship. So they all, it wasn't really what drew me in. It was more like the buildings, so like the modulars or even like the architecture. I think the Star Wars set that drew me in was after I got the Ewok village, and then I started researching and looking at all the different Star Wars sets, and then I started getting
All
the Star
right.
Wars sets after that.
I do want that Ewok set, and not just because people are giving me crap or stuff about this, but like, I do want the Ewok set just because of the Ewoks. So
Oh,
that's
because
probably
of
one
the
of the
Ewoks, Ewok
yeah.
Army.
I mean, because the whole people said they talk to Tagalog in the movie. I'm not sure if you're.
Yeah, I think you
I thought it
mentioned
was
that.
pretty. Yeah. So that's one of the Star Wars sets I liked. I mean, I do appreciate them. I don't know. I think my last Star Wars set that I bought was the Mandalorian Razor Crest.
Okay,
So, but I mean, they're impressive. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I do want your what's it that the Star Destroyer. I actually want that more than the
like
Falcon if I was given a choice.
the big Star Destroyer, not the Super
Yeah,
Star
the big
Destroyer.
one, the big
The
one. So
triangle.
that was yeah. I think it looks
It
cool.
looks good. It was Harold that convinced me to get that, and then after I built it, I was happy I had it. Like before I bought it, I was like so about it, but then after I built it, I'm like, "Whoa, this is huge," and it just looks cool to look at. I
Have
can't.
you ever thought about hanging your Lego or no?
No, I've seen it done on different channels, and it looks a little. Not that this is not busy, but it looks busier than what I already have. It looks too busy hanging
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, and I think it's scary too because if you hang it, there's a risk of it falling down. You know,
Yeah, I have a
so I
lot
mean,
of big boys who like trample around upstairs and shake the roof.
so you've been collecting Lego longer than I have. So I've been recently dusting off Lego, especially because I do that guess a set in 20 seconds short that I do when I post on Instagram. So I have to dust everything because I have to use a macro lens and it gets really close so you can see all the dust. So have you noticed with some of your sets you have on display, if you want to move them, some of them get a little loose or they're not as Lego tight as it
Yeah,
used to be?
some of the
Okay.
Star
I
Wars
thought it was
sets,
just me.
some of the ships,
Okay.
some of the stickers you can see kind of peeling off too.
Okay.
Of some of the
Yeah.
older Star Wars ships that I have. but they've been in
Right.
there for like almost 10 years, the same spot.
Okay. So I'm assuming just because humidity, plastic contracts and expands, and
I think
so
it's in
sometimes
the
the pieces
laundry.
will get loose.
They're in the laundry room, and so sometimes it gets hot in there if the exhaust pipe isn't. Sometimes it gets loose, the exhaust pipe,
Right.
and so it gets hot in there, and then we have to reattach it for the
Okay.
dryer.
Okay. So it's not just me. I thought I was like, man, I know I put this together sturdy, and like a piece
No.
will fall
And then
off. I'm like, how did
some
this
Lego
happen?
breaks too. After a while, some of the Lego pieces like they break, they snap off.
Yeah, it's scary. I'm afraid of the brown one. I saw Brickstein's short where the brown pieces were breaking. He was just
Yeah.
snapping them in half. So, do you have a lot
And
of
so
backup brown pieces?
I have a lot. I have a lot of every single piece.
Oh man.
Every single time
Well,
I part sets out on my pool table, there's always a full bag that I can put these pieces into. It's never like, oh, I need a new Ziploc bag to put a piece in. I always have a piece in that color because I
man.
separate by piece and color. So yeah,
Well, it's been about an hour. I think it's about that time, guys.
it's
But
that
I want
time.
to. It is. But we started this at 6:30. I told you an hour. It's only take an hour of your time. So,
We
but
got to
I
make this
want to.
like a regular thing.
I don't know, man. Streaming's not my thing. I mean, I like doing it, but I don't know what it is. Like, I don't. I thought
We
about
have
doing a
good
regular
topics.
schedule, but I don't
Well, it
know.
doesn't have to
We'll
be a
see.
regular schedule. Just more pop-ups rather than
Yeah,
once every 3 months.
this pop up came because I didn't make a video this week.
I know. It's
I've been trying to sell some stuff out of here because I want to like buy more Lego. There's a lot of other sets I want to get. So, I mean, I have to. And I thought about this too as well. Like, I thought about doing something different.
I turned Full of Brick into a podcast.
Oh,
It's
did you
on.
really?
It's now on Spotify and
There you go. There you
Apple
go.
Podcasts. Full of Brick.
There you
But it's
go.
just
Good
it's
suggestion, Jake.
last week's or last Saturday's episode.
Was I on the first one? Was I on that one?
Yeah. And
Oh
then
yeah, what was the first
I
one?
stuck in the Saturday afterwards because I only saved the last 15 because I deleted a bunch of them because I think I can only have 50 hours on StreamYard.
On
And
yeah,
so
unless you
for the unless you pay the
the
next
free version. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to waste your Lego money on that.
so
I mean, you only stream every week. I mean, no waste your money, but whatever.
yeah.
But I want to thank you, Nick, for coming on, Brick Adjuster. Also, just to let you guys know, his name is Brick Adjuster. Go to his channel if you guys want to see a huge collection. I frequently pop up on his Full of Brick every Saturday morning, and we talk about Lego news, things are coming out, and what we've just been doing for the week.
And show
So
and
I
tell.
want to thank everybody and show and tell. So we show what pretty much what you buy. So,
Well, you have show and tell too.
I mean, most of it's. I mean, I'm struggling.
Maria will show
I don't tell
non-Lego
you, but
stuff.
I space out some of my stuff because I can't compete. So I'll like show one thing. I bought it all at one time, but I'm like, I'm gonna save this for next week because I need to show
this is
something.
a sneak peek of a show and tell that I might be
Oh, look
what
at
is that set? What is that set? The ticker timer. The ticker timer is
20
going
seconds.
down.
You got 20 seconds. I guess that's it. Close-up shots. So dust it. But thank you guys, and thank you, Nick. And we'll let you guys know if we pop up another time. Take it easy.
Bye.
Have a good one.